Mr. Anand Sharma to speak more about. Anand Sharma is a co-founder at Design Forum International. Over the last 25 years, Mr. Sharma has worked across diverse project typologies, where he has leveraged his expertise in architecture, engineering, and construction to provide unique and efficient design solutions. He is currently leading the new integrated terminal building, NITB, at the Guwahati International Airport and Bihta Airport. So let's welcome Mr. Anand Sharma.
Design Forum International is architectural practice of which I am a part of. We're based out of Delhi. The context today is incidentally bringing context and experiential design in airport terminal buildings. DFI is present in these many locations across the country. It is an organization which is promoted and run by three of us, classmates at IIT Kharagpur. We are a 125 strong studio based out of Delhi and small satellite presence in Chennai. I would be talking about two relevant examples of the airport terminal building that we designed. Guwahati Airport, which is earlier airport authority driven and now Adani driven. Now in Guwahati, the theme and the challenge was to create a building which we believe has to be relevant from a user experience point of view. And we believe life is all about chain of moments. So we have tried to infuse the design of the terminal building with elements, spaces which create a wow, which generate wow. Much like the wow generated with the victory of Kargil or the wow generated when PV Sindhu won the coveted model at Olympics. The joy of flying is something that we've all experienced at various stages of our life. Right from where we used paper to fold and make it into an aircraft and let it soar through the skies. So origami became an art of, an element of expression, a tool of expression into this design. We have consciously created scale. We have tried to integrate art with our design, much like as I was earlier talking about the T3 welcome wall. So some of the elements that I will talk about today are actually being used as part of the terminal design. The Icarus, the first mythical human intervention, human endeavor flight. And Icarus is literally the epitome of the human urge to fly. Icarus is what doubles up in our case as the city side canopy at the terminal. It's a 90-meter wide, 90-meter long on one side, 180-meter wide overall canopy, which is styled after the famed Icarus, but doubles up as a drop of canopy. Origami is very, very manifest in all our design expressions at the airport. We've used that to create the shape of the roof. We've used that in signage, we've used that in flooring. Guwahati is a 50-acre city-side development, beautiful versatile landscape, and that is the form, exploded isometric. The roof on top deals very, very specifically with the art of origami. Without getting into too much detail, that is a sectional perspective. Origami roof, this is how we started, right? So most airport envelopes are rectangular structures. We started with a rectangle ourselves. We thought of creating two pyramids, which become what is now being called the indoor forest. And then we basically had fun, folding paper along seams, letting loose on the valleys, romancing the ridges. This is the interesting form that you finally come up with. It's an extremely, extremely complicated roof design, made possible with extremely diligent working from our colleagues at AECOM who've done the structural engineering for this. And that's what the roof looks like from within. Very, very diverse and very, very interesting. Now, this is Assam, right? Guwahati, and of course, known for the tea gardens. That is what the entire context is all about. So, the city side landscape is very, very simply put, based and inspired from tea gardens. The city side that the passenger meanders through are truncated plateaus, like the terraces that you see in a tea garden. That's the city side view. We have what we are choosing to call the Namaskar atrium. So the passenger who's coming out of the aero bridge and getting into the baggage reclaim area comes into an oval atrium which is being called Namaskar atrium. And the wall is a dynamic display of the local art and motifs and cultural forms. That is what the Namaskar atrium looks like. We have indoor forest. The indoor forest is an integral portion of the customer traversing through the airport, the arriving passenger. I spoke earlier on about the experience of the user who's coming in into the airport, and the passenger literally meanders through the indoor forest. It's not a straight line of path, but one moves in as one goes about on the way to baggage collection. Those are internal views of the indoor forest. Some more views. It's a 30-meter high glass pyramid with zinc cladding and diagram glazing and whatnot. These are aerial views of the Guwahati Airport. As you can see, it's an extremely complicated roof. Aerial views. That's looking at it from the drop-off corridor, the arrival corridor, the check-in hall. The other case study that I want to talk about is our upcoming airport project at Patna. This is going to be the second airport of Patna at Bihta, civil enclave at the Air Force Station. And our thought was to bring in connect. Our thought was to bring in clarity. Our thought was to bring in scale. Clarity because the airports are very confusing places to be. A line of sight because if you can see where you are going, you will definitely get the course. Scale because the arena of light has to appear larger than life, and more so in B town where aspirations are very high. Patna deserves the size and grandeur of airport that Mumbai and Delhi have. Scale is important. Leisure because in airports you have to have time to pause and wonder as to what is actually happening and connect. So, like I was speaking earlier in the panel discussion, it is different things to different people. For the resident, it is an edifice of modernity built on its roots. And for the visitor, it is a gateway to the region and the culture exposed with modernity. So it is different approaches for different user groups, both rolled into one design. We have modeled it inspired from the form of a patient drone. That's the isometric view across the airport, sectional perspective, city side landscape. The most interesting aspect of this area. So I'll just rush through it is inspired by the ghats of Patna, like the river of time, the Ganges, which is the mother river of Patna. The city side landscape has a water body named and inspired after Ganges. And the city side landscape is on ghats interwoven into the form of the river. Those are some shots of external landscape. There are various time zones to Patliputra. We have to try to bring in sculptures from various time zones, place them across the timeline of the river of time flowing through the air. Some art installations inside, outside. Thank you very much.